Thank you very much. Welcome back to the Battle Arena, third game of the day, about ready to go. I am Freak, that is Jat. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
I'm glad we're here to cast Game 3.
I am.
Wasn't sure if this moment would come about 25
Might still be in Game 2, you know, right now.
The Elder Dragons were falling, but we are absolutely here, and I'm excited to see C9 and Golden Guardians close out their week.
Yep, already. My favorite thing about these pregame segments when there's nothing scripted for us is reading the team-to-team chat. Blabber says 2 ADs versus 1, no fair. Calling out to Keith in the role swap.
I mean, it is a little unfair.
Yeah, I mean, there are better players in supports. I will defend that to the death. I mean, Core JJ was an okay AD carry, one of the best supports in the world.
Well, to be fair, Keith didn't look that bad on day one, where a lot of people thought, hey, if one thing is going to put Golden Guardians at the very bottom, it's going to be this Keith experiment not working.
Yep.
And as they already mentioned on the analyst desk, Closer did look very good, but also I do think Jungle's extremely volatile.
Yes.
So we're going to see what happens in this game as Cloud9 had perhaps the most impressive victory of day one in beating TL in 24 minutes.
And it's going to be the interesting thing because I do want to track Cloud9. I think the eyes are on them a lot. Of course, they dropped a lot of their roster, picked up a lot of players. Blabber back in for the Honda MVP, Sven Skaren. Like, those are big shoes to fill, quite obviously. Sven, as he said, not literally big shoes, but big shoes to fill in Sneaky. And Vulcan, to me, is the most high-profile support in NA right now. I want to see how well he does. Meanwhile, Golden Guardians, yes, we saw that slow start, but Closer, I'm liking so far. Can he carry the squad? Pixaband's coming through already.
Yeah, and you can see it's the bottom lanes getting locked in fairly early. The Tom Kench is going to go with an Aphelios or Senna if they're available. They don't need to pick the Senna right away, but they do have to pick it before the next phase of ban. So really just bottom lanes and an early jungle locked in. Rek'Sai probably trying to block Blabber's Lee Sin, which is what Blabber played in day one, but still plenty of things available. Wouldn't be too surprised to see a jungle here. And he does Lee Sin anyway.
Does it anyway, okay, yeah. The two prime junglers in a Lee Sin, Kiana, were banned out, and he goes for his very favorite Lee Sin here. It's going to be exciting. I know when we saw him on the first day, he went for the Rejuve beat start, which is a rare start for the Lee Sin to actually have the chance of going early Tiamat and being a more farm-focused Lee Sin. Whereas refillable potion is still the more likely situation, so we'll see what he comes through in this one.
Yeah, you usually only see Warwick as the champion who starts Rejuve beat, but if you get a strong enough pull and you're only planning on doing one of those red buff to blue buff to Gromp routes, you can totally swing not having a refillable potion if full clearing is basically dead. And at least in this week, I do feel like that is the case. I mentioned on the analyst desk the jungle proximity stat, which is the percentage of the early game, 3 to 15 minutes, where you're within 1,500 units of an ally. Last year, that averaged about 40%. Yesterday, it was 51.
Yeah.
So junglers are spending over half of the early game near a teammate. So I can see why Rejuve beat would matter there, because you're actually not farming nearly as much as you get the second phase events.
You get more total health that way than from the health potion itself, and so now we'll see what comes through as the Orianna and Vladimir dropped off. LeBlanc banned away from Niski. What Golden Blue played yesterday, but he's going to ban that one himself. And one final mid lane ban most likely to come through, as you otherwise have mirrored roles as bot lanes together and junglers are grabbed. So the final solo is going to come through. Gangplank banned off, Cloud9 to pick.
And the solo lane counter picks are going to be very important in this one. Generally speaking, Niski got a lot of counter picks last year, but Hauntzer is also a top laner who often really likes counter picks as well, and it's not like Licorice is a slouch in the top lane. He's arguably the best. Cloud9 come in as a really big favorite.
Yes.
A lot of analysts expected Cloud9 to beat Team Liquid, not because they're saying that Cloud9 is definitely better than Team Liquid, but because Team Liquid was playing with the substitute jungler and Surenfire. So even though it was a very impressive win for Cloud9, there's that mild asterisk next to it of
course.
They beat Team Liquid with a sub. But if they can come out here and have a resounding victory against Golden Guardians, that would be a fairly powerful Week 1 statement.
Definitely agree. Golden Guardians played 100 Thieves close yesterday. It was kind of in the very end that it faltered, but they had gotten the soul. They'd gotten a lot right in the first 25 minutes. So certainly a reasonably strong team, and I am curious to see how Cloud9 stacks up against them. Meanwhile, on the Golden Guardians side, of course, this is their toughest opponent of the week, and if they hold up well, especially if they win, that's a great statement for them.
Yeah, and going back to Golden Guardians game against 100 Thieves, they had an early game invade strategy that worked very well. They were actually on the red side of the map, so they ended up invading actually this exact point, but they were just the other team. I want to see if he can do any type of jungle shutdown onto Blabber, because that was what gave them a big edge in the early game that allowed them to get the Dragon Soul and be close in that game. And from the looks of it, he is just doing early red side full clear, but we'll have to track that throughout the game.
All right, well, a soul dropped off the red buff, not claimed here by FBI. Didn't have time to go over and grab that one, but going to walk over to lane all the same as Iski pushes in early on. A couple of CS picked up here by Golden Glue as well, and it'll be definitely a fun matchup to watch for, as Licorice already has pressure against Hanser. Bot side's fighting as well, and through the aftershock, Volku takes no damage. Keith with Guardian, because how are you going to trigger the stun in almost any reliable situation?
Absolutely. Tracking early jungle routes. It is a full clear red side for the Rek'Sai, and Blabber is doing the other fairly popular red buff to blue buff to Gromp. So both of those paths will hit level 3. Clear speed wise, you can see Rek'Sai wins it by just a little bit, but Blabber now far behind. And hey, maybe this is close to a full clear, but most likely just picking up blue and then trying to fight for the Scuttle.
All right, yeah, Scuttle going to spawn in a little bit post 3 minutes, as top lane's being pushed in by Licorice. Hanser, the second one to level 2, going to grab what farm he can as the waves do push towards him. We'll see as the third waves die how close they all are in farm. Right now, Licorice actually on perfect CS so far. Last 2 to go. 18.
Oh.
And the full 19. Props to Licorice. Perfect CS the first 3 waves. Practice that yourself. Winning matchup. 0 gold dropped.
And now he's going to be able to get a ward that is likely going to see Rek'Sai.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty much perfect right there. Knowing that he has Blabber relatively close by over at Raptors, and because he's pushed in, is going to give Blabber at least early access onto the Scuttle Crab. Gotta see how this plays out, though.
Fought for. Fight up for neither player. Even though Blabber knows what's up, it's not going to matter. So same 5 camps. Blabber checks. That's smart. Says, okay, he's not there. Closer not going to be able to contest this whatsoever, and it's going to be a camp lead here for Blabber, with the only thing up to take right now for Closer is bottom Scuttle, the Krugs respawning, and that Gromp that he's ignoring.
Yeah, so mostly just a trade of the early jungle camps. Had to track that because level 3 junglers are so powerful.
Ooh, big trade down here, but Keith has the gray health. He'll be fine, and of course, their junglers this side of the map. They know Lee Sin was top side, and that Closer's here first, so can't go any farther forward. Closer ties up that score for a short time. Top lane fight goes in, but it's 7 CS difference. Licorice so far has done a better job in this lane. Again, advantaged matchup.
Might see a dive bot.
Dive in the bot lane, dive in the top side, might be as well as Ven flashes away, but now, what else can they find as Vulcan does not have Aftershock available. Takes a couple of shots from the turret back, though. Roots Keith walks away, takes another shot from Aphelios, and they get away, burning only the one summoner spell down on the bottom side. Now a gank at the top side, the flash forward for the slow, but cannot land the Q, and Hanser might pull back Licorice. Doesn't quite get that, but still gets 2 turret shots in, and Hanser's going to be safe up there.
Looked like about a 1/10 of a second before Licorice would die to that Aatrox W pulling him back in. Much narrower margins on that top lane dive as the junglers had kind of split between the top and the bottom side of the map. So higher chance of kill in the top lane, but also higher chance of failure, interestingly enough.
All right, well, TP's coming back into the top side there as Hanser does not get too worse off, and in fact, did lose his flash for the play. Blabber traded his for the honor, and top lane is pushing out. So Hanser must shove this in, and he must be, I guess, essentially available to a repeat gank because he doesn't have a way out now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this game kind of ends up breaking, because you generally don't see kills in the Tahm Kench lane. That's just what he does as a champion. The Camille Aatrox lane, to me, is what's highly volatile right now. So I generally like what Blabber has been doing, being able to steal the first Gromp, getting his second Gromp, that's one of the jungle camps that had really not been diminished in value in the offseason. So that's the one you want to farm the most. So that's why you see Blabber at level 5 right now, not falling into that XP pit that a lot of junglers find themselves in early.
Looking now at the mid lane. Golden Glue, though, not in range of any crowd control. Going to walk away pretty clean. Level 6 picked up there, jumps in. Does land the Drowsy, and the follow-through gonna be there as well. 1/3 HP gone, and now in towards Niski. The flash not gonna be found. Can they get the rest of his damage? Burns his own flash, gets a juggler, and Golden Glue has to flash to stay away, just barely stays alive. And look how low the health bar is. Niski nearly dropped down. Some of the spells missing in a lot of places, but Golden Glue can still TP back in. Not 6 for closer, only level 4, can't get much done. Vulcan hits the Ocean Drake.
I really want to start the Drake. How do I get my jungler over here?
Well, see, he saw the Flycross announcement and said, look, if we kill an Ocean Drake, it's 10 trees. What if the Ocean Drake kills me? Is that more?
How many is that?
Loves Mother Nature, but now in the top side, another fight going in right there. Licorice does not get away from the cage. Needs to land a skill shot and has to flash away, but Closer is here. The minion wave gonna be pulling the aggro. Here
spooky.
comes round 2. Knockup gonna be found. He has the shield. Does he have the damage? Drops the CC, and that's first blood coming through to Closer.
And actually, Licorice ulting the Rek'Sai might have pushed Hauntzer out of turret range. So I thought at level 6 on Camille that could be a little dicey, but overall, great play by Hauntzer. I give him the credit for that one, hitting 6 first and getting the all-in on Licorice before he was able to hit 6 himself.
Well pulled on the gank, so first blood comes through. 600 gold earned on the other side of the map, though. Ocean Drake was claimed by Closer. Golden Glue comes down in time to stop the red buff steal. Kill for a Drake.
Yep, and gold actually even, but that top lane matchup between Aatrox and Camille can be quite volatile. Gonna kind of get a look at Blabber and Vulcan's support duo synergy if they're able to make a play. Every time the support is able to leave and match up with your jungler, I often see them kind of follow each other to the next play. But again, with that Tahm Kench being in the bottom lane, it is so hard to make anything happen. Yeah, so Licorice hit 6. So the way he tries to outplay this is he will try to ult something to invuln. He would need to ult right before the Rek'Sai unburrows for it to end up working, because then he would have been able to kind of avoid the knockup, trap him in, and knock the Aatrox away. But once he got knocked up, the damage was pretty much done.
Not always out of that one anymore. Now Licorice gets rid of a ward. Hauntzer temporarily has the level lead up here, and the wave's in a good spot, keep in mind, right? He's got this wave freezing in front of his turret. And Hauntzer is losing every blue minion that dies. No gold, no XP. Puts some deep wards down, so is close to coming back. Right now, he is not. He can start to play the lane yet again, but that can, of course, be quite dangerous for him. Top lane pushing back into Golden Glue. Mid lane farm, by the way, is very Niski favored. Golden Glue has had to lose a lot of farm so far in this matchup. He's minus 14.
Yeah, I think about 2/3 of that is Niski versus Golden Glue. Hard to tell without being able to watch the lane all the time. And then the other third is that Blabber has had good river control and generally good vision that has forced Golden Glue to play more passively. I was just going to point out there's a big moment going on in that top lane if Hauntzer was going to keep that freeze, but Licorice ended up taking a calculated risk and actually pushed up to reset the wave. So now he's kind of out of the very dire situation and back to a split.
Still a level deficit, though, for him. Of course, TPs were down when that first kill happened up there, so had to sacrifice that wave or two. Team at done, though, means wave clear is here. Blabber and Closer spot each other. Lands a few decent damage. Knockup traded. Another fighting up in the side, but trying to get back over to the rest of the teammates. But look, it's so much better for C9 so far. Blabber wins that fight. And look at the top side here as well. A shield comes through, and that's actually the snipe coming through, so FBI on the scoreboard now as well.
Yeah, for a second, I wasn't sure which team had Senna. And that was either going to be the Blabber saving play or the thing that makes it a 1v1. So good 1v1 play by Blabber right there. Actually, if you think about the total trade of objectives, it's a Senna ultimate, a teleport, and you get a 1-for-1. So probably worth it, but still, the overall game state does favor Golden Guardians right now because of the assist goal. Yeah, so able to actually get the Q to detonate before the knockup happens. That's one of the reasons Rek'Sai would be considered a counter, and then really just trying to go invulnerable for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Can't quite survive, though.
I do want to malign coordination. Maybe FBI couldn't have ulted. Maybe he wasn't 6 just yet, but that's the kind of fight you want the global ultis from, right? This is the Shen kind of play where it's you mash R and you save your teammate. You get the shield. I think even if Rek'Sai's untargetable, it'll still give it to him. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of really friendly coding around that stuff with the teammate buffs. We've seen Sirach ult does this kind of stuff. I'm going to bet that's true. Either way, maybe Closer could have survived. Maybe you can malign FBI for the coordination or Closer for the coordination. regardless, 1-for-1, we are on the top side of the map yet again, as Golden Guardians are attacking this side. They're going for Rift Herald. They're going to claim it no problem. We're a minute from Mountain Break, and this is going to turn into 300 gold in one of the 2 lanes.
Yeah, so 10.5 minutes in, it's been pretty good for Golden Guardians when you consider the preseason expectations between these 2 teams, where people are expecting Cloud9 to be massive favorites. I'm expecting Cloud9 to be massive favorites coming into this game, but now 2 kills to 1, not losing that top lane matchup as of yet, hitting the item power spike down bottom lane, at least of completing Man Immune, and wherever this Rift Herald goes to get the first few plates. Let's see if Golden Guardians can build off of this.
Well, hope they can. Right now, they are still slightly down in gold, plus the Ocean Drake. Regen is half decent. I ran the map a little while ago. If you're at about half HP, it roughly doubles your base health regen, is roughly what one Ocean Drake does. It changes based on the champion because your base health, that's roughly the numbers right there. Looking now at the fight up in the top side as Licorice has to run away. Ooh, the flash is going to stop the stun, and now you're running away under turret. They will not get anything more. This will be a pullback, though. This is going to be enough. Huge play from Haunser sets it up.
Haunser and Closer making that top lane work as well. Both of the kills ended up going over to the Rex side. Now Cloud9 would want to match something on the other side of the map, but look, they have 3 people down bot side. There's the Rift Herald summoned up top. That top turret's losing at least 4 plates, you gotta say.
TP is available, but can he survive if there's actually a 2v1 there? This is at least the 3rd plate.
You probably don't want to TP into that with your whole team showing bottom, so he's gonna TP close to it, and they're gonna try and defend it with Zoe.
Okay, so maybe a 2v2. 4th plate drops. Licorice comes in time. Doesn't get the gold on killing Rift Herald, but that's still a lot of money cashed in, but that is traded again for the bottom side of the map. Mountain Drake now picked up for Cloud9, bonus armor and MR. Now, there aren't a lot of true tanks in the squad, but now a potential repeat gank to Licorice. More knockup, burns the ult, and it's still gonna be a whole bunch of damage. Licorice heals up. Hodges at 5 HP. Close needs to land a Q. Senna gives them the shield. Will they regank? Can they come in? They actually pull back, and Licorice weathers the 1v2. And now Sven is here. Blabber's here. The flash follow. The kick. The red smites the damage. And how does Haunser get out? Yeah, the alcove mindset not going to be enough. He's on a ward. Sven grabs the kill, and Cloud9 turn the play around.
That's one where FBI really needed to ult earlier.
Yeah.
Because the dive wouldn't have gone so bad down the stretch, and it did end up as a disaster. You're giving Blabber that very valuable kill XP. That's really the way junglers can stay in the game in the mid to late game. Cloud9 have already kind of sacrificed a little bit to get those 2 Drakes, and they make up what the difference was in the top lane because of this play. So watch it one more time. Actually misses the knockup on Rex side. That delays it in the first place. Licorice does play it beautifully, but the Senna ult had been up this whole time, and he thinks, oh, now maybe I should go for it. No, you have to shoot it while he's distracted. Yep. Then he's already dead, but with him not dying to it, it gives time for Blabber to collapse down on the right of the screen, and Sven and Licorice to cut Haunser off in the alcoves. Pops the ult, just make sure.
He's got himself some gold. So now both these bot lane marksmen have been able to actually get topside kills. One to the global, one to teleport. But on the board, all the same. 300 gold difference. Cloud9 still leading, and they still have those first 2 Drakes. We are going to have Cloud Rift here. So if you get the soul, it's a bunch of bonus movement speed, but they're already halfway there.
Yeah, and kind of anecdotally, watching these games early, I've seen a good number of teams get the first 2 Drakes, but be down about 1,000 gold, and then they can't contest the 3rd, right? Soul never becomes a big threat for them. This game had the potential to be going that way a little bit more before that top lane game happened. Now, because they've invested in those 2 early Drakes, huge head start to the Dragon Soul, and another thing they kind of have in their back pocket for the late game.
Scaling up, Golden, we're going to go for top side turret. The plates are gone, but first turret gold is still there. Nice to fix that one up and push the gold lead ahead for Golden Guardians, one of the first times all game. And the kills had otherwise been answered by CS. And Golden also remaining at -18, about where the scoreline was in the mid lane a while ago.
Yeah.
So he's equalized that lane and now has the side lane pressure. Golden Guardians very clearly have an exciting side lane. They've got a TP mid laner with Conqueror, should be winning the 1v1. Rod of Ages BC shouldn't be bursted out either. This is going to be a well-scaling Diana.
Yeah, and Golden Guardians is completely set up for a good 1-3-1, as you mentioned. Thing that you do to attack a 1-3-1, though, while those two guys are gone, you try and fight them in mid.
They find the root, quickly eaten on the side. FBI flash away. Now the re-engage is going to be way too much for Keith. Does not have the way out. Never managed to be able to burn the flash. Drop seed goes.
Great play by C9 and a little bit of over-aggression by Golden Guardians. Both side lanes were pushing. Neither of them had their opponent against them. The mid lane needs to know that they need to pull back. That's a split push thing that ends up coming with experience. Cloud9 knew exactly where to attack at the start, get a kill, and probably a little bit of surge in.
FBI multi-chunk out of that turret as well as we land on a single sniper queue. Yeah, right now, global range on that sniper offhand. Really powerful stuff there by the Aphelios. Got a lot of pressure there. Able to sustain back up, though, and Golden Guardian clears the wave, saves the turret. Right now, Golden Glue and Niski kind of taking turns, trading waves. Golden Glue was hoping maybe he would run forward. I think he was gone. That didn't happen. Stay about equal down there. Now Licorice. Monster. Okay, not much of a fight.
Yeah, we'll see if they end up fighting. I think definitely Hanser will want to finish Black Cleaver before he goes for another all-in onto Licorice. Just kind of looking at the minimap and seeing what overall vision has been accumulated so far. Hanser's down there with basically no vision, so he's just in a farming pattern until it's done.
Nice fuck complete on the one side. Halfway there on the other here for Vulcan with the chain vest and inventory. Upgraded boot's going to delay that pick up overall. But yeah, the dual lanes have gone to mid as is standard for pro play. Mid laners went top laners went bottom. 20 seconds on the Cloud Drake, and the difficulty now is that C9 do not have TPs available on really anyone.
Yeah.
The top lane really only catchable by Golden Guardians. We'll see if that becomes a pressure point at all. Right now it's not, though. They've all come down to the mid lane anyway. So top lane is languishing despite TP advantage. Big pick in towards Keith, gets the shield, just barely lives, but it's gonna be enough at the end anyway. The kill picked up in the mid lane. Cloud9 continue to get some more kills, pushing forward. They're gonna get this turret as well.
And it just kind of keeps happening there where Hanser or Golden Glue is off on a side wave, whereas C9 had gotten the push earlier and reset to made the next play. Like there is, in a ideal world of split pushing, kind of a your turn, my turn mindset if the side laners aren't actually fighting. And every time it's C9's turn, they know it, and it's almost like Golden Guardians doesn't.
Yeah.
So they're in a position that allows C9 to make a play, and that's now 2 rotations in a row of the solo lane pushing the side wave to collapsing mid, where C9 has made something happen.
Well done, C9. Turret picked up, kill picked up, and their third Drake in a row. Might have a 22.5 minute soul here into this one. Very early on, Cloud9 with a lot of control through the bottom lane. Just a little bit more river control, and honestly, all the Golden Guardians ganks went top side, so that Drake was never contested. Golden Guardians, as mentioning top side, are gonna maybe try second Herald, but squad's coming over. They'll find a route to Blabber. Do they have the follow through? Not quite yet. FBI dropped the half HP, another anchor in towards this poor Keith on bench. Kicked back with a ward hop. Nicely played by Blabber. Secures his own kill as well. 4-1-1.
That was actually such a big fight for C9 to be able to win, because if Golden Guardians get that Rift Herald, that allows them to try and break mid lane turret and contest the Dragon Soul. But now that the Rift Herald has actually gone to the other team, they're going to lose yet another outer turret, likely here in the top lane, and C9 will be set up for success as they go towards the Dragon Soul, whereas that was kind of, in my opinion, going to be Golden Guardians' last stand, was let's get this Rift Herald, let's get mid, and let's fight over the 4th Drake.
And they're going to run it down towards the top lane tier 2 as well. 3v0 out of 4th the account. Shelly over there. No one's going to be stopping them just yet. Licorice just easily over the wall, not interrupted in time. Clean disengage. Next turret goes down 3-1, the turret score. Turret answered the bottom side by Hanser's split push, but the turrets that C9 kills still more valuable. That one's maybe got as well. That turret gonna do the rest of the damage. 3 turrets picked up in 1 push.
Wow, so I thought they're getting 1 with that Rift Herald top. 3 for 1, that's huge. Licorice is also in a pretty safe position, even though Golden Guardians is going for a play over on this side. We've seen a good amount of sloppy League of Legends in the first week free.
Yes.
But Cloud9, at least from what we've observed, I feel like they've looked the best. Dignitas had 2 really good games, but there's a certain crispness with how C9 is playing out this game.
Yeah.
Even though something went mildly wrong in the top lane for Licorice earlier, right? Like he couldn't quite outplay some of those ganks. Like the timing that Blabber is collapsing on, the way they're playing the side waves, pushing when it's safe, making plays when it's time to reset, while also having this objective control, it looks like they're already in mid-season form. And it makes sense because Sven and Vulcan went to Korea before Christmas to duo queue. They hit, I'm not sure exactly what their peak was, but it was around 1,200 LP, right? They've been boot camping a bit more as a team. They've been practicing a lot, really trying to get everything together. And a lot of teams, for various reasons, weren't able or didn't do those things. So it really feels right now that Cloud9 is kind of ready, whereas a lot of these other teams are still working out a lot of stuff.
We'll see if they can catch up in time for, spring playoffs, something else. But yeah, right now Cloud9 look like the team to beat. 21 minutes in, they're on the edge of Cloud Soul already. Their gold lead is completely reasonable, and they're winning basically everywhere. Farm leads across all the lanes, and now, watch out for that one. Keith grabs a teammate, stays closer, out he goes, route towards Vulcan, and you can see Golden Guardians really unable to find their way into anything. Gank's topside worked, and then it stopped. Now's the anchor toss in. They're gonna find Keith, gonna find a whole lot of damage. Goodbye, Tom Kench. Cannot be saved by Senna. Mid lane 2-2, no under fire. The engage, and Golden Glue sets up decently, but Azonia's Hourglass, the stopwatch, buys some time. Now Licorice over the top as well. Golden Guardians cannot find a kill, but C9 sure can. 2 for 0.
And just another good fight by C9. They catch out Keith right away. It's what you do when you have the numbers advantage. Actually, you immediately focus the Tom Kench because he's going to save whoever else you try and focus. The instant Golden Guardians try and counter-engage, like Blabber has great mechanics there, stop watching the Diana damage. And again, they just repel another play that Golden Guardians tried to make.
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, you get there first. Like, Golden Blue is always there.
Okay.
Second, or, okay, finally they got something back.
Closer goes Golden, gets shot though, gonna lose a lot of HP, gonna get rooted in place as well. Is there follow-through? Not just quite. But good damage all the same as they can, let's try to clear the waves, and maybe Golden Guardians can try to push, but they're gonna let the wave get killed despite the 5v4.
Actually a massive pick if Golden Guardians capitalize on this. Look at the death timer, 20 seconds versus 16 seconds until this Cloud Drake comes up. Third and fourth Drake do have significantly more HP than first and second Drake, so it's harder to rush a potential Dragon Soul Drake, but really, like, Golden Guardians needs to be on Drake as it spawns. Otherwise, Nishi's gonna be able to walk.
He's gonna start walking right now. Licorice grabs the blue, heads over. Golden Glue had reset, finishes the Gnasher's Tooth, and now they're going for it. And they will have Golden Glue first. They had, I will give them benefit of the doubt, they did have the mid laner there first. If you go forward 5 seconds, Golden Glue's there and Niski's not. Cloud9 knows that, and they say, you know what, we will back off. It did look a little weird, but I think Golden Guardians still made the right play. They grabbed the Cloud Drake, but now it's the attempt towards Baron. Now Blue took it used. Golden Guardians know what's happening. They gotta get over there though. It's still taking damage. It's really good damage out of Aphelios. Poke's not gonna land for Niski. Anchortoss comes forward. Nilton does not find that engage though. And now comes the re-engage 4-target ultimate. Big knock up there. Keith is gonna go down. Flash force to get away. And now Licorice on the side as well. Look for Hanser. Gets away from the cage. Now Vulcan in the front line still. They find the route towards Golden Glue. Not a good way out. A double kill for the jungler. A third one picked up as well. Into the back line they go. They are cleaning house with a single death. The Buzz Light Ace is in there for Cloud9. And Baron is there for the taking.
What a decisive play there by Cloud9. There's a lot that can go wrong for a team rushing a Baron at 22 minutes, but they immediately pull off the instant they see an opportunity. And as you mentioned, just full ace on a Golden Guardian.
13-5, 5,000 gold lead. They get 6.5 as this one falls. Cloud9, will they wait 6 seconds? Will they stop DPS to give Blabber this buff? Looks like it, yes. Sven stops autoing. 2-1-0. Baron picked up. Extra little bits of coordination. Thank you, observers, for giving the visual medium of Blabber getting that Baron buff.
Good job waiting. And here you can see, right, they know that Golden Guardians was a little out of position, but they also know they have no vision. And the drowsy lands, trying to watch the rest of the fight. Like, Keith is trying to block for his team. This keeps happening 5 times now, where he's not able to get anything done. And, like, Golden Glue thought he had the flank, but really, once the first pick happens, you just gotta bail from that one. Funneling in after all their cooldowns were down was not gonna work for Golden Guardians. And Cloud9, especially with Sven having the flamethrower in that choke point, just totally destroyed them.
Perfect positioning for that one. Hanser couldn't really join at the beginning as well. Licorice found him out in the side lane, and now it's time for turrets to get dropped. 6-2 in turrets so far. We know top inhibitor is open, but bot lane has gold to be claimed. Still 2 minutes on the Baron power play as they can push in. That's going to be an easy turret kill yet again. The question is,
Let's go for it.
This is the play.
They're really trying to
Licorice
fight.
isn't here right now. This is a small 5v4. If they go fast enough, they're going to try right now. This has to be the play for Golden Guardians. Ult's going to miss for Sven. Vulcan very tanky, gets pulled in, but pops the stone plate. He's going to die so slowly. Blabber forced over the wall. This could be a kill, but first Niski grabs the kill. Finally, one picked up there for FBI, but a 1-for-1. Only going to stop the bleeding. It's not going to turn the game around.
Yeah, there's still a minion wave barely dying in the mid lane, but that was a good play by Golden Guard.
Yes.
For sure. Getting the 2 teleports off, getting the 5v4 manufacturing opportunity. Didn't go that great though. They can do that play once every 5 minutes. And they get a 1-for-1 out of it. So 1-for-1 is good, and considering the game state, when you burn two TPs, that's maybe their last chance to make a play.
Yeah, 6-minute cooldown on teleport, and those buffs respawn faster than that. They won't have those for the next big play.
Yeah, I mean, you could see Zen was trying to get a route to help people escape, but because he missed that, everyone's just able to totally engage on Vulcan. Credit to Niski for sneaking that kill onto the jungler. We're going to be seeing a lot of that with the low experience on junglers because they're going to have low health pools. They are perfect targets for assassins in the mid game, and Niski knew exactly what to do.
Yeah. State right now, junglers are about equal level with the duo lanes. Under the solos, but not by terribly too much. But certainly, yeah, can be targets, especially when your melee champion's going warrior. You've got 400 health added to the kit. Yeah, 2 out of mage going to kill you a lot of the time. Majai's picked up for Niski here as well. He's ready to snowball. Run an area. We had seen Dark Harvest from Ica earlier.
We did.
It did win. I'm not sure Harvest was the reason.
Technically, it won, yeah.
It did.
Undefeated.
But looks like this Aerie is going to be undefeated for Niski here as well. So, you know, lots of viable keystones here in the LCS. Interesting pickup here for FBI, though, has gone Edge of Night. I do think lethality purchases are very good on Senna, and good to see a little bit of variation in terms of what you maybe really want.
Right. I'm of the opinion, I probably have some controversial Senna opinions.
Cool.
In a sense. I think Black Cleaver should be an item people build. I mentioned this during Countdown for people that missed that segment, but it applies 2 stacks on autos and on Q, so it's fairly quick to get nearly full effectiveness out of your Black Cleaver. CDR is incredibly valuable on Senna. One of the reasons that you are building lethality in the first place is because Senna doesn't actually scale that well off of other stats. You're getting attack damage from your souls, so by relation, building attack damage is slightly less valuable. Can't get attack speed, and her crit damage is nerfed because she gains crit from souls. So it's like any type utility or armor pen are kind of the best items. Between Ghostblade and Edge of Night, I just feel like they're both defensive purchases. One is a spell shield, which would be good for avoiding an initial CC. Ghostblade is good because it increases your mobility, so I'm, as far as the build's pros are going, totally fine with that. But I do want to see a Black Cleaver one of these days.
Maybe one day. Maybe we'll see it come right now, but not yet. Of course, right now we're going to see the rapid fire cannon come out, increase the targeting range, the auto attack, increase the targeting range of the Q. Soul is grabbed. Cloud9 gets that one 28 minutes in. Of course, they got one Drake taken away from them. But this time around, they're going to grab that one. Movement speed added, and they're ready to go in about a minute and a half when the Baron respawns here as well.
Yeah. I feel like this is potentially the weakest soul buff, although all of them are still relatively powerful. Zoe's able to proc this very frequently to become, you know, even more annoying. But overall, just if C9 gets a fight, they're going to be able to run down Golden Guardians and finish it.
Yeah, I think a lot of the power of Cloud Soul is really just the 10% move speed all the time.
Yeah.
I think people tunnel on like the, well, when Zoe ults, she doesn't need to move. It's like, no.
Yeah.
She's 10% faster all the time. Rotations, chasing people down, ganks, getting away from ganks. Rotations, which I said twice now, but it's not important. That's just very good all the time. 10% more to move speed, a really big deal there. It's worth almost 40 move speed in all points in time. We're going to see now as they can push into the bottom side. Licorice kites away, doesn't get caught up too much, and they know it's a 4v3 on the other side of the map. And so Cloud9 run on forward. Vulcan anchors forward, looks for a play, looks for an ult, can't find someone, but it's okay. The midway's being pushed in, and until the recalls come through, it's a 3-turret pickup. Extra turret comes down. Yep. Ult comes in for very little on his Sven. Glaber's here as well, has to be careful. Big root comes across, but there's no follow-up just yet. Poke comes in, turret nearly drops. They get that kill on the bottom side, though. They stayed for the tower dive. They stay with 3 on defense, and it works out for Golden Guardians. That's a nice play to get bot lane tier 2 and a kill and some map control.
Nice job by Golden Guardians. They need these 2 solo lane melees to be able to make these plays throughout the game. Good defense right there. Like, it felt like Cloud9 was basically just waiting for Baron to spawn. They're
This
going
is so
for picks
crucial.
now.
He's gonna catch Niski. Wasn't found by that blue trinket. Kites away. Stopwatch burn. This could be a 5v4. Can the team jump in time? And no. Golden Glue's picked off. Now Vulcan buying a lot of time for Hanser to not get away. As here comes Ven with a ton of damage. And it's a 2-for-0 trade it back. The rest of Golden Guardians, despite having a Tom Kenschult, could not rejoin in time.
Yeah, they couldn't rejoin, and they couldn't go for Baron because Senna can't kill Baron that quickly. So while the one play was good for Golden Guardians to get the pick, because Cloud9 was able to run them down, now they get first try at what will be a 5-man Baron.
Gotta say, nice outplay by Niski, because that 1v1 looked a little bit tight, but with the stopwatch used, got his time over, got his team over, and now Closer is surrounded. He's sleeping on the job. He's trying to run away. It's probably not gonna be enough. Wind skill coming through. You know it's gonna happen. I don't see this guy getting away ever.
Stalling as much as he can.
There you go. Licorice grabs the kill. 20 golden. Triumph onto the Baron they go. 5v4, no jungler. Actually, 5v3, no jungler and no top.
Yeah, mostly at this point, it's desperation plays by Golden Guardians. Closer was just trying to hope he could hide and go for some type of miracle steal. Diligent play by C9 is what runs it down.
17-7.
Yeah, I mean, watch this one more time. It's just like Licorice does get over-aggressive, and Golden Glue is there the whole time. Lands his R, gets the root, and then really, Monster just able to Aatrox him the rest of the way.
900 gold for the shutdown. It's pretty nice. Licorice like, yeah, Diana was there. Okay, you got me.
I'm sorry, guys.
But hey, you got the follow through from the squad. Half HP on Niski from Q Auto, right? That is the power of Duskblade RFC. Keep in mind that all energized items have 120 flat damage added on first hit, so you really do get that big chunk in the first auto to poke people down. And that's enough poke to slow down the push. Inhibitor's still gone, right? It's still a whole ton of map control. But hey, you can chunk people once in a while.
Yeah. Little surprised that this game hasn't been ended by Cloud9 yet. Yesterday, they finished off Team Liquid in 24 minutes. Golden Guardians has made a few of those desperation plays that have had enough success that they've stalled the game while not being able to turn it around. Think about the double TP play they did in the bottom lane, or even the side lane play where they killed Licorice. Those were things that delayed the game by short amounts of time. Now, though, with the Baron power play, having 1 minute and 40 seconds left, and an inhibitor down on the opposite side of the map, this could be a time for Cloud9 to try and make the play. But also note, double TP is up again for Golden Guardians. It's another time for them to try one of those plays.
Alrighty. Well, 80 seconds of Baron to weather. 80 seconds to Elder Dragon spawns. It's going to be pretty much synced up.
Yeah, if we see a play, it's going to be probably a teleport onto that ward while they're pushing down bottom. But we'll see what happens.
Mid turret's gonna fall. Cannon shot. One more. Not quite gone. Good by Keith. Like he ate it. Toss it back out. Still goes down though. Mini pressure was enough. Open inhib in the mid lane now. Haunter tries to defend, but look at the lifesteal from Licorice. He will not be stopped. 2-level lead as well, and a Guardian Angel. Knocked up, but not quite the follow through. Mid inhib is now gone. Only one left standing. And here comes the rest of Cloud9. Look at the poke. Not gonna find it just yet, but here comes the re-engage. Close, gotta be careful. They're gonna find some decent damage to the back line, and here comes the ulti. Buys a bit of time, but the push is already there. 1-for-0 for Cloud9. Pushed in towards Golden Glue now as well, who doesn't have a good way out. Has to flash to stay alive, but the anchor toss comes in for Vulcan. And I don't know if Golden Glue can live long and prosper here. He drops right away. Sven is unstoppable. FBI forced to run away. Cloud9 will walk over this base, so the pull comes in. A root doesn't really matter here either, as they are going to clean house. 2 quick kills picked up, and Cloud9 going to end week 1 undefeated in the LCS.
There it is. They finally got the push together. You can see kind of an expected victory there for Sven and Vulcan, and maybe some mild frustration that it took until 33 minutes, but gives them the fist at the end, and that's really all you could ask for C9 from week 1. A 24-minute victory over TL, and then 33 minutes over Golden Guardians.
Yep, decent enough looking game. Again, props to Licorice for getting camped really hard and still doing a decent job. He ended up winning his 1v1s later on, even if they were a lot of 2v1s in the way. Sad to see Golden Guardians are kind of back to the old ways, 0-2 start. I do still like this roster. I like Closer, I like Golden Glue. There's stuff there. FBI and Keith was the big question mark for us. Like, wow, can they even stack up? FBI, hey, he had a 4-1 game. Keith got picked off a lot.
Yeah, Keith 0-5-1, only picking up an assist in that final double TP fight. That is kind of what happens when you're on Tom Kench and your team is getting caught out of position.
Yeah.
Because you're going out of position to save people.
Yep.
And then you're the one that ends up getting the death at the end of the day, but we do this kind of every year. We see week 1 and then we try and make these bold proclamations.
Yes.